When we first launched the business, late November is when I got my liquor license. It was like the 20th of November. That's when the actual license comes, and you cannot, in any sense, sell alcohol without that slip of paper, and without that you can't open the doors. Basically, it's very strict. There's so many rules I didn't know about when I took this venue on. I mean, it's been a massive eye opener. Insurances that you just don't realize, licenses, it's not easy running a venue, I will say that. Here's my office, bit of a mess. The office is a bit small, so nothing you can do about it. I should have probably made the kitchen a little bit smaller and the office a bit bigger, but I wasn't really thinking at the time. You don't know, you've got to make a decision. But I always think when we have two people in here, it's packed, if there's any staff that need reprimanding, you come in here, you go like, now listen, you're just so close, it's just ridiculous. I don't think you could have a serious meeting in this office. So we have all our meetings out in the main room here. Yep. I love it because of the control I get, and we'll probably waffle on about that again in a minute, about different things. So I can put my own lights and my own sound, the furniture I like, the tables I like. It's all up to me, and I don't mind that side of it. But the legal side of the licensing and the staff and the super and all the things like that, I hate all that. Good job Jane does it, because I wouldn't know what I was doing. This is your green room. Sometimes there's bloody 12 people in here. Ridiculous. It's only a tiny little green room. This is where typically a comedian, they don't want to be sitting at the bar talking to customers. They just want to get in here, get their head around what they're doing. They're getting on stage. They want to remember their set and go through what they want to do that night. So often you get 5 or 6 comedians in here, and it's just a sort of bit of a joke off trying to upstage each other, that type of thing. A lot of bullshit, a lot of antics going on. But either way, normally the protocol is it's comedians only. You don't normally have a comedian's wife or girlfriend, husband or whatever, partner of any sorts coming into the green room. It's just only an area for the actual performers on that night. Obviously exceptions, if it was some big star, then everyone wants to talk to them, they'll come back and sit in the green room, that's different. But typically that's the way it is. So when we opened up our first weekend, I'd done all my sums on pretty much just, again, sometimes if you don't know, it can't be done. Otherwise, I don't think I'd do anything. So I thought, this is going to be such a great venue. And when I open it up, obviously it's going to be sold out. Every show's going to be sold out. I had 2 acts booked. I don't know whatever possessed me. I had Mr. Methane, the guy, you can imagine what he does, but very funny, really great guy, very funny, but totally the wrong actor book. I don't know what possessed me. I booked him to come over, and we weren't even open. The club wasn't even open. He still have to pay these guys, so pays airfares and everything to come over, one of the opening acts. And it was about a month later, so I tried my best to find some gigs for him. But imagine at the time, I thought, Christ, I've got to pay this guy, his airfares, everything else. We have a little fridge in there. There's a washing, the little sink there as well, a kettle, some tea bags. If you want a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, you can have that. One particular thing which is really handy to have, which not every green room's got, is we've got a nice little toilet in here. So if you get that, you want a nervous, need to go to the toilet with a nervous tummy or whatever, at least you haven't got to wander all the way through the venue back to the sort of general public. No one wants to sit in a smelly toilet, so we keep it nice and clean and tidy so that they feel comfortable. You don't want to go in there and filthy toilet. No one wants that. We was going to open in something like June, but so many things went wrong with electricity and all the sort of things, arguments with builders and everything else. So that they just didn't open in time. And we even had a cartoon made of Jerry Seinfeld, because there was Chris Rock and Jerry Seinfeld were coming around the time we was opening. But here. And you can imagine it would be, we had already the press release done, yeah? Scissors, he was going to open it with these giant scissors that I was going to buy. Paper, West Australian. Rock, Chris Rock, scissors, paper, rock. I just thought it was a good, this is in my mind was going off. If Chris can come down and open the club, he's been to one of our venues at the Charles there. Chris, really nice guy. Chris probably wouldn't do it, but he's the kind of guy I think that would have opened up your club for you just to help out, So there's the lighting. That's all the lighting here. The lights, not the lights, but the lighting is all powered through this thing, and there's a 3-phase power. Look at all these wires. I don't understand 90% of them or what they're all doing. There's a sign on there, no drinks on here, please, right? One spilt drink can end the whole weekend worth of shows, which is true. You can't believe it. You still get people, they've got there a big glass of water sitting on this. I can imagine it. That just went over. It's it. Everything's gone. The lighting, everything's gone. You can't, it's black dark. There's no natural light in this venue at all. It's completely sealed. There's no windows, So if the lighting went out, there's emergency lighting, in those instances, but that's it. We're stuck. So yeah, it's important not to spill drinks on that. We open the doors. It's the worst time to ever open. Comedy clubs, any business, you do not open up to the lead up to Christmas. This is tough times, right? We really should not have opened. I should have said, no, if I can't get open I'll wait till January. I'll open then, into the new year. But anyway, I opened up and we put on not the American cast, but the English or British cast of Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I think there was 4 of them. One of them sadly has since passed away, one of the guys. Just brilliant act. They are really good. So damn funny. I don't like improv typically, but these guys just destroy. I literally thought, well, I'll put on lots of shows because they're going to be sold out completely. I think on the first Saturday, we had like 35 people here. That's all I could sell. Wow. And there's 4 people to pay, 4 airfares to pay, and it was just literally hemorrhaging money. My lovely designer lamp, made in, I think it was from New York in the late 20s. I bought that for home actually, but Jane said it's very sinister looking, so she didn't want it in the house. So it does look a little bit like American Horror. It's got that thing about it. I love it though, but so we put it in the green room so the comedians can enjoy it. So those were the times when I think signing the lease could have all gone wrong, opening the venue at the wrong time, being naive and expecting to sell out when we just didn't have the publicity machine in place. It's a business you can make a lot, do quite well, should we say, but you can also do really badly as well. Who likes me lamp? Look at that nice lamp. Gorgeous lamp, Johnny. The designer of that lamp designed some arches and some gates in Central Park in New York. Oh, right. And I paid quite a lot of money for it. I took it home and Jane said, I'm not having it in the house. I just love going to auctions. I like buying old shit. Yeah. And I'm an easy sell. The guy that owns the auction house, he says, oh, Johnny, he knows me like by name. He said, Johnny, now listen, mate, if you're a smart man, hang on, this is the best piece. This is the best value.
I'm going to tell you, everything you've said so far has absolutely broken my heart.
Why?
It's the value of
the commitment.
I don't even feel comfortable looking at this lamp.
No. Yeah. Don't worry about it being poor. Like right? It's not a crime. Although in my book it should be.